What's going on, Dragon Ball fans? We are back once again, myself, Unreal ENT Gaming, the COD Brothers Gaming, and we are back once again today with another Dragon Ball Super Theory and discussion video. Today we're going to be talking about whether or not we believe Champa and Beerus are going to engage in some sort of confrontation later on down the road, if it's possible for us to see brother versus brother, God versus God, towards the end of the God tournament. Now, I know a lot of people have been asking and wondering if Champa and Beerus are ever going to come to blows. Now, I want to ask you, Paul, because this is a very interesting conversation, because I remember one of my subscribers brought this up on Facebook. Now, do you believe that Champa is going to have some sort of altercation with his brother throughout the series, whether or not one team loses or not? Because I personally think, and this is just my opinion, I don't think we are actually going to get to see a legit one-on-one fight, because why would Beerus and Champa ever want to engage in combat? For me personally, I think that the only way this would even come about is if one god is in favor of completely ruling the other's respective universe. And I don't think Beerus is interested in Universe 6, and I don't think Champa is interested in Universe 7. So therefore, I don't think that there's going to be any sort of confrontation between those two. But I want to know, like, your thoughts. Like, do you think they're going to fight amongst each other, or do you think they're going to fight someone from the respective universe? Like, for example, Champa fights Goku, perhaps, or maybe Beerus fights one of Champa's teammates. So, like, what are your overall thoughts and opinions on this? Because I want to know if you think they're going to actually touch throughout the series.
I think they're just gonna have like a slight, like, you know how brothers fight, like a slight little comedy bit, just
Absolutely.
to show him like his little, like a little flex of his power. But that's about it. I don't think they're gonna have an all-out Majin Vegeta versus Goku type of fight. It's just gonna be like, hey, you're my brother. We're gonna be fighting over pudding or whatever from your universe, and that's about it. Let's just get our pawns, our little people from our universes, and pit them against one another. So that's the way.
And
I think.
I believe you're right, because sure, their egos may clash, but whenever you have a brother or a sibling, that's bound to happen. So it's normal for brothers to argue and clash, but never fight to the death, I believe. So, I mean, there were several people that had theories out there talking about how Champa is going to do something dirty in order for him to win the tournament, therefore claiming Earth from Universe 7. But I think that I really doubt, like I said, that we're going to get to see them exchange blows. But I think there is a possibility that Champa might actually engage with one of the other fighters from Beerus' team, because I wouldn't see why Champa would not want to challenge Goku or Vegeta, or perhaps maybe Goku and Vegeta challenging Champa. Because remember, to Goku, who loves challenges, he's always up to fighting somebody new. I think that Goku is eventually going to be dumb enough to say, hey, you know what? I don't know you, I don't know how strong you are, but I would like to find out. So what are your thoughts on Champa perhaps not fighting his brother, but fighting someone from Universe 7?
I think that's a possibility. You never know if he might choose himself to be the fifth fighter, so that way he'd win. You don't know how serious this guy takes food, because he is a little bit chunky there, so maybe he really wants to.
And absolutely, and the fact that he got so fed up that, you know, Earth made these delicious beverages and all these foods and stuff like that. Like, he wanted that, and he doesn't have that on Earth. So I think that it would be so interesting if he selected himself to be on, you know, his own respective team. And again, I could be wrong. This is why it's a discussion in theory. Don't get your panties in a bunch, folks, because anything could happen in this line of work, especially with, you know, the creative mind of Akira Toriyama, because he always likes to swerve, fans, because just when you think you know everything, he just, you know, makes a giant swerve, and then, you know, something unexpected happens. But the topic of Champa and Beerus, as a fan, I think I would love to see it, because I would like to know personally which brother is stronger. In reality, I don't think we're going to get to see that, because, again, there might be a confliction of egos, but I don't think they're respectively going to fight all out to the very death, unless, of course, there is a very high stake price on the line. And I don't think that pudding is going to allow these two to, like, just bear up knuckle to knuckle. So I do think that we are going to get to see what Champa can do, because why else would they show him off and not do anything with him? I think that if they introduce Champa and they just don't do anything with him, it'll be kind of like a waste of character, in my opinion. Same thing with Varus, because we don't know how strong she is, even though she did claim in the manga, of course, that she is slightly stronger than Whis. Personally, for me, I would love to see what she can do as well. But so what you're telling me right now is you don't think Champa is going to fight Beerus at all. Like, they're not going to have any sort of sparring match. They're not going to have any sort of test of strength. It's just going to be one team against the other. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, basically. I think Beerus at most is going to be like, hey, you're looking a little rough around the edges, and call him pudgy or something. And another thing, people are trying to go too dark with it, because Dragon Ball Super is very, very lighthearted compared to the original Dragon Ball Z. I don't think we're gonna go that dark where Beerus is gonna try to stab somebody in the back and change everything up and change up the whole game. I think this one's gonna be much more kid-friendly and lighthearted, honestly.
But do you think that Beerus can actually favor Champa in this situation and possibly turn his back on his own team? Because again, brothers are always going to be brothers through bloodline. Of course, blood is thicker than water. So why should Beerus care for the 5 individuals representing him when he has his brother? You know, just in case, for example, his team's losing and he's like, you know what, you can have Earth. I don't really care for it anyway. It's not my planet. So do you think some sort of swerve like that is going to happen where Beerus is like, I don't really care, you can have it, you know, so as long as we share the food together.
Yeah.
And there's a possible scenario where it's Champa and Beerus versus God Goku and God Vegeta. Like, what do you think about that?
Well, with you saying that, I mean, Beerus wanted to destroy Earth. It's like, this is like a game of chess or like pawns to them, because basically I see it the way Grand Kai was sitting back and watching his tournament. I see them just sitting back and watching these guys just fight it out. But the interesting part about this isn't even about Champa, it's about who the 5 fighters from the other universe is going to be.
Absolutely, and as you said, if Champa were to select himself, that would be something very unexpected, because again, we were to think that, hey, he's gonna select 5 guys, and having him represent his own team would be very, like, just mind-blowing in and of itself, because finally we're gonna get to see what he's capable of. And I think that, you know, depending on who Beerus selects, I think that everyone he pretty much selects to be on his team is going to go down, with the exception of Goku and Vegeta, and those 2 are very lucky to be training on Beerus's planet to begin with, because again, in Resurrection F, when Beerus woke up, he was like, what are you guys doing here? Like, why are you even here in the first place? So obviously it's going to change in Dragon Ball Super, so perhaps maybe Beerus knows in advance, and he's making them do all sorts of chores and stuff like that in order to gain training from the gods. But needless to say, so you're telling me that no sort of fighting between Champa and Beerus?
Just maybe like a slight encounter. I don't think it's going to be all out. And if anything, we're just going to see, maybe he might just give Goku and Vegeta his respect at the end. The god of destruction's respect. So now not only do you have Beerus on your side, you also have Champa. And now we're going to see these 2 like take on the rest of the world, I guess.
That would be very interesting. But let us know what you guys think down below. Do you guys think Champa and Beerus are going to have some sort of altercation? Or do you guys think Beerus is going to betray his own team? Do you guys think Champa is going to reunite with his brother, therefore forming, you know, the Gods of Destructions versus possibly Goku and Vegeta? What are your thoughts on both of these brothers? Because each one is a very different character. They're obviously fighting for the same thing. So what are your overall thoughts and opinions on this subject? Drop them down below, guys. Once again, thank you all for watching. If you guys are Dragon Ball fans, don't forget to subscribe for all latest news, information, and updates. If you guys enjoyed the discussion, smash that like button with the power of 1,000 Super Dragon Fists. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Stay tuned for more, everyone, and we'll be seeing you all in the next discussion. Take it easy, guys. Peace.